What's going on, DMG clan? As you can see here, DS emulation has gotten so much better with the DNA Duo and Drastic. So today I'm going to show you guys how to set up the DNA Duo and use Drastic to play DS emulation on hardware that feels good to play on and 2 OLED screens. So the very first thing we're going to do to be able to play DS emulation on our awesome AYN Odin 2 is we're going to download the last version of Drastic. That is going to be linked in the description below, people. If you don't know how to find the link in the description below, you need to click that more button with 3 dots beside it, and then that's the description of the video. Why am I saying it like this? Well, because I've had people in the past ask me, where are the downloads? Well, it's in the more section, which is in the description of the video. That's where I put everything. In the downloads. Look in there. Or the description. Or downloads in the description. Yeah. Anyways, so after you've downloaded Drastic 2.6.04a, click on it, click settings, and you're going to allow from source, and you're going to click install. Now we're going to click open, and a little dialog window is going to pop up, and you're going to click OK, just like Donkey Kong. Now you're going to click on while using this app and click no. Don't get excited and start clicking things you don't know what they are. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to change options. You're going to go down to general. Now you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and you're going to select system directory and you're going to change it to scope storage. Now the reason for this is because you're probably going to want to back up all your information to a SD card, for example, or some sort of location that you know where all your information is going to be stored. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to click on scope storage, click the 3 lines in the top left hand side. I'm going to select my external SD card. And I'm going to create a folder in here called Drastic. Very straightforward, straight, simple. Now, why is this useful? Well, maybe you get an Odin 3 in the future and you want to basically continue your DS games or whatever the case may be. You'll be able to just copy this SD card and select this folder again. So click done, click use this folder, and click allow. Now you need to click back, and exit Drastic. Now make sure you close out of everything, including Drastic. Go back into Drastic, and now a little dialog window is going to pop up saying system migration, not like the geese that fly down south in the winter where we live in Canada. They probably won't fly down south anymore after all the kerfuffle with the world, but anyways, let's click OK and click yes. Now again, the reason why we want to use scope storage is because now we have our own data structure inside of our storage files location. So if we go to our SD card and we look in the Drastics folder, there's a whole bunch of folders and files and stuff like that in here that is very, very important, including the usercheat.dat file. We're going to get rid of this usercheat.dat file and we're going to change it with a new one. So let's go to Google Chrome, and I'm just doing this because I love you. Don't forget to subscribe, usercheat.dat. So let's look for that, and we're going to just go to GBA temp, and we're going to scroll down until we get to this link right here, and we're going to scroll down, keep going until you see spoiler download. Click on the Mega Drive download link, and I will just give you guys this link instead of you having to go through what I had to go through. And we're going to just continue in browser, and we're going to scroll down until you see cheat database. There should be a folder in here called cheat database, wherever the heck it went, right there. And you're going to look for the one that says user cheat. It doesn't say user ER, it just says USR cheat.dat. You're going to go over to the 3 dots, which is right here, and you're going to click on download. It's going to take a few seconds depending on your user speed of your internet, but that's okay. Now the reason why we're downloading this is because it's got a whole bunch of updated cheats and everything that you're probably going to want to use. So go to your files, go to your downloads folder. Don't click on the actual downloads folder. Sometimes that messes up things. Go to your download directory and go back into Google Chrome and click continue to make sure you actually downloaded it. Now you're going to go back to your downloads folder and you're going to highlight that, click the 3 dots, click copy to, go to the 3 lines, go all the way down to your SD card, your Drastic folder, and paste it in here. Now you're going to navigate back to your Drastic folder and you're going to erase the old one or just rename it something. You can rename it .null if you want to. And you're going to get rid of that brackets because you're just going to have a bracket there because if Drastic can't read the regular cheat files, it won't be able to see that. So now I'm going to show you something else. Now I have saves. My saves are located in my SD card, my emulation folder, inside of my saves folder, and they are located inside of my NDS folder. I'm going to grab all of these saves by clicking on the three dots, click select all, click three dots, click copy to, click the three lines, go to my Odin 2 portal, go to Drastic, and I'm going to paste it inside of my backup folder. That's where all of your saves are going to be stored. Now we need to change a setting in Drastic so that Drastic knows to actually look for those .sav files. Go to change options, go to advanced, and you're going to make sure that you use raw.sav format. So click on that and check it off, okay? That's where we're going to make sure that we change that information. Now go back. Now go to system, and you can change this information right here. I'm going to change this to my name, which is Mr. DNA, and I'm going to do my birthday, which is going to be 0109, which is January 1st of 09, January 09. Favorite color, I'm going to change that to dark cerulean. Now I'm going to leave the rest of this information. I'm going to go back to general. This is where you can show your FPS, your auto landscape, which is going to be landscape. Auto save, you can turn that on or off, and enable cheats, you can turn that on and off. Now my default layout, I'm going to change it to landscape aspect ratio because we're going to be using the DNA Duo. Now we're going to click back and we're going to go to video settings. Now in video settings, I like to put my filter to high quality 2x, high resolution 3D rendering, and I'm going to go all the way down to where it says external display mode, and I'm going to select correct aspect ratio. Now, if you are like me and a crazy person, I like to put full screen, but I'm going to do correct aspect ratio so nobody yells at me and says the game looks dumb. Now you can change the external screen to be the top screen, which makes sense, and you can turn off the border if you want to, because I think that makes sense as well. Click back. Now there's not much else you need to do here except for set up your actual virtual gamepad and all that kind of stuff. So your menu button, I like to change it to be on the right of my screen. I do like to see my menu button. And for the actual virtual gamepad itself, I like to turn this all the way down to nothing. Go to the opacity and turn it all the way down to 0 so that it doesn't show on the screen. Now, I like to do it that way. Now, if you want to do it to like maybe 5%, that's up to you. But I like to do it to 0 because I know that button's out there, or I can just press the back button on my device. Now click back. Now we're going to click on external controller. We're going to click on select key mapping, and you're going to see that there is no key mapping for this device. So what we're going to do is click on show mapping, no mapping, my mistake, on the select key mapping, and click on map control, and we're going to set up our buttons. So I'm going to set up my buttons to be my X, my Y, my B, my A. My R is going to be my R1, my L is going to be my L1, my start is going to be my start button, select, and my D-pad up is going to be up, right, down, and left, and my map specials. So swapping the screens, that's up to you. I'm going to use the back button to swap my screen, which is my M2. My fast forward is going to be my R2. If you want to do quick saves for save states, you can set that up. If you want to skip it, you can as well, but I'm going to do my L2, and I'm going to skip the quick load, and I'm going to press in on the D-pad right for open menu. I'm going to skip the rest of this stuff, and I'm going to skip this as well, and skip this and this and this, and that's up to your discretion what you want to do with that. Now go back again. Now we're going to click on load new game, and we're going to select our ROMs folder. If you want to know how to get ROMs, well, I have a video about how you can dump your ROMs with your DSi or your 3DS. Now I'm going to go to emulation, go to ROMs, and you could also use Google. Go to NDS and use this folder and click allow. Now all of my games are going to load up in here. Now we're going to jump over and use the DNA Duo for the very first time because it's pretty easy from here on out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the DNA Duo. I'm going to grab the hinge adapter and connect it via the magnetic connector. And I'm going to plug in the DNA Duo to the USB-C cable provided and plug it into the bottom. Now this is going to be a different cable, by the way, when it's the end product. I'm going to fold open that hinge, and I'm going to select my game of choice. In this case, I'm going to play Super Mario Bros. Click that start game, and I'm going to swap out the bottom screen with my M2 and play Super Mario Bros. All day on better hardware. Now you guys may have noticed that my game save didn't load, and that was a test. Well, it wasn't really a test. It was a test for me to remember that there's a very important step. Now, this very important step involves you going back to that backups folder. And as you can see here, my game save is named New Super Mario Bros. DS. But if I go to my game, inside of my Odin 2, inside of my emulation, my ROMs folder, my NDS folder, I'm going to look for that game. my game name that I selected here is New Super Mario Bros. NDS. There's two different ones here. Now, that is because this one is for newer Super Mario Bros. DS. This one is for New Super Mario Bros. DS. Now, why I'm telling you this is just because my game save should be the same as this one right here. So I'm going to click the three dots, click rename. I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to click copy. I'm going to go back into my Drastic folder, go to my backups folder, and I'm going to delete this one right here, which is the one that we're in right now. I'm going to clean out Drastic and I'm going to rename this save to New Super Mario Bros. And that's going to be what that name save is, and that's how I'm going to be able to actually play that game save. Now, if you didn't change your game save names or anything like that, then you'll be fine. But I'm going to go back into the game, click start, fast forward so that I can skip through the intro. And there we go. As you can see here, I have a whole bunch of stars and everything. I have all the worlds unlocked. I can skip through and play whatever world I want because this is a game save with the entire game completed. And 99 lives, but a Mario ain't one. So there you go, guys. Enjoy playing, well, soon playing Drastic with the DNA Duo in the near future. If you want to go get yourself a DNA Duo, make sure to pre-order it before April 1st, 2025, because I have a sale right now for the pre-orders that is going to be ending on April 1st, 2025. So get your orders in then, otherwise the price is going to go back up to the regular retail price of the DNA Duo, and you can still get the discount for the time being during the pre-orders using code ILOVEDS. Have a nice day, guys. Love you all. See you next time. And as always, bye-bye!